Hi guys, welcome back. So let's talk about decimals. So let's say that you have 0.05 and you want to convert this decimal into a fraction. Well, this is very easy. You grab the number 5 and then you find out how many decimals you have after the point. In this case it's 1, 2. So I'm going to do 5 divided by 100. Now let's say that you have 0.2067, something like this. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to put the number, which is 2067, and then I'm going to divide by the number of decimals, right? So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the fraction of this decimal. Now let's just go ahead and do some practice and understand why it's so important to know this type of tricks. Let's say that you have 1 over 0.001. Oh, when I look at this, I'm thinking, oh, I don't know what's going to be 1 divided by this. But then I think about it and I say, but wait a second, let me rewrite this as 1 divided by 0.001. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make this guy into a fraction. Well, let's do it. 1 divided by, I have the 1, and then look, 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3, right? So now it's much easier. I'm going to put a 1 here just because you can see, it's easier for people that are not used to fractions, how to see it with fractions. 1 over 1 is just 1. Then look what's going to happen. Because I'm dividing, I'm going to flip the second term. So instead of doing 1 over 1,000, it's going to be 1,000 over 1. And bingo, your answer is 1,000. So look how this guy gave you this guy. Let's do another example. Let's say that you have something like this, 0.05 over 0.0003, right? And now you have two fractions. Again, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to rewrite it. So I'm going to, instead of writing it like this, I'm going to write it like this. Obviously, the more you do this, the more comfortable and the faster you're going to get. But you know what? I always tell the students, don't be a hero. Write it down because, believe me, your eyes can play tricks on you. They play tricks on me all the time. So look, I have 2. So I'm going to do this as 100 or 5 over 100. This guy, I'm going to just leave it like that. And then let's make this into a fraction. So this is going to be 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. But because I'm dividing, I need to just basically do the reciprocal of this, right? So times, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 divided by 3, and then I can simplify this one with this one, and then my answer is going to be 500 over 3. Now I can simplify that and I can make it into a mixed number, right? So I can just basically just say, well, this is 3, a number that when I multiply it is going to be closer to 500. Well, 166, obviously when you have smaller fractions, it's a little bit easier to find, right? And then if you do 166 times 3, that's 498. Because I need 500, your remainder is 2. Now, you can always do this in the calculator to practice, but this is basically how important it is and look how easy it is to do fractions, decimals into fractions. Let's do another example. And let's just make it into like a complex fraction. The more you play with these guys, the better you're gonna feel. Let's just go ahead and put like 0.001, and then here we're gonna put a 3, and here I'm gonna put a 0.00001. Okay, so let's say that you have something like this. Now there's several ways of doing this this type of problem, but look at this. You're gonna have this on the top and this on the bottom. So I'm going to just do everything step by step. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make these two guys into a fraction. So this is 5 over 1,000. Try to stop the video and try to do it yourself and then catch up with me. That way you know that you're understanding the lesson. Then this is going to be divided by 1 over 1,000. Now notice this. When I do the flip, this is 5 over 1,000 times, and then I have to flip this one. And then I notice that all of a sudden the thousands go away. So on the top, my answer is just going to be 5. Now let's do the bottom. So this is 3 divided by. Now I'm going to just rewrite this already as a fraction. So this is going to be equals to 1 over, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice what I'm going to do. 3 over 1, I'm going to just leave it like that. I'm going to make now this multiplication, and then I'm going to flip. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finally, this is going to be 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your final answer is going to be 5 over 300,000. Yes, you can simplify this, but what I wanted just to show you is even though we got a really nasty fraction here, it was very easy to make it into fractions and then, simplify. So if we want to divide, if we divide 300,000, if we simplify it, this is going to be equals to 5 divided by 1, 5 divided by 5 is 1, and then over 6,000, and that's your answer. Awesome. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.